In the 60s, Mexico City would be the season-ending race. That's no longer the case, but it is always a party in these parts. Welcome to the Mexico City Grand Prix. Over 2,000 meters above sea level, the altitude will test the driver's fitness and their engine's efficiency. 17 corners across a 2.6-mile circuit, expect incredible speeds in excess of 215 miles per hour and overtaking into the braking zones of Turn 1 and Turn 4. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position, and it's Jenson Button alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Gasly, Perez, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Sainz, Verstappen, Ocon, Teo Porcher, Magnussen, Zhou, Stroll, Cartwright, Sato, Tsunoda, Liam Lawson, Albon, Drugovich, Ricciardo, and Logan Sargent. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. They need 5th or better to ensure they stay in contention for the championship. Anything outside that, and their fate is no longer in their hands.
And they can do it for sure, as long as they don't dwell too much on the position. At the end of the day, there's only one way to go racing, and that's to give it everything you've got. Either your best is good enough to stay in the hunt, or it's not. There's no point giving any less than 100%.
Here we go then. The formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books. be proud of from our Mexico City Grand Prix winners today. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race. So let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. After that brilliant race, Jenson Button deposes the championship leader and takes top spot in the standings. Some amazing talent out there on track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Well, often my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an impressive feature in the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by Jenson Button's clean driving throughout the event.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The owner-drivers team moved to the top of the table. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.